만약에 나한테 하나만 치사하게 진짜 치사하게 그런 짓 진짜 막 하나밖에 인정해 넌 하나밖에 모른다면서 우리는 이 뜻이라 이렇게 하면 나는 이제 죽었잖아. 아, 내가 진짜 못하겠는 거야. 원래 진짜 lapse가 decline, recidivism, regression, 그다음에 reverting back to previous circle, reverting 이렇게 reversion을 진짜 많이 배웠거든요. 아, 근데 못하겠는 거야. 나 죽은 거야 그러면. 아, 진짜 할 수가 없었어. 진짜 거짓말이 아니라. Plaintiff, you can actually say with a complaining tone. 근데 여기서는 plaintiff 굉장히 sadness로 하던데. 여기서는 plaintiff complain 안 해주던데. 여기는 sadness가 중요하대 complain보다. 그러면 long for a glimpse of my old house 낫지 않나? Oh, I really miss my old house. 일단 이거는 절대 안 되겠지. 나는 plaintiff가 그 plaintiff 할 때 이거 complain도 된다고 생각했거든. 내가 여기서 배운 거는 이거예요. 굉장히 sad. 내가 저번에도 찾아봤거든. 아니 답을 기억하고 있거든. 그 답에 사전에 있는 거. mournful sadness래요. mournful sadness. 그거밖에 없대. 그래서 그 다른 거 있잖아. 거기 a child sobbing, crying, and weeping after losing. 그게 더 낫대. 화내는 거를 저번에 내가 불평을 했더니 안 된다 했거든. 일단 먼저 저장해 놓자. 아니 억울하잖아. 내가 분명히 기억하는데 여기서는 mild sobbing, expressing sorrows and sadness. 이게 더 맞대. 됐지? 진짜 됐지? 정말 된 거 맞지? 내가 그거 하나만 틀릴 수 있다 했어. 럼보. 상관없어. 어차피 다 읽고는 거의 맞는데 이제 지가 잘한다고 그딴 식으로 하니까 이제 문제가 생기는 거. 지가 다 한다고 안 읽고 대충 하거나 한 번 눈에 띈 걸 답으로 콱 고른다. 뭐 이 짓을 하면 틀리는 거지. 그래 이제 약간 pride and prejudice 때문이지. 근데 정말로 네 개를 다 보고 하면 잘 안 틀려요. 근데 그건 진짜예요. 근데 가끔 이제 내가 이미 다 맞았고 난 다 아니까 내 눈에 들어오는 게 정답이야 이런 식으로 제대로 안 본다는, 그거는 굉장히 문제가 있는 태도긴 하지만 No, I'm not in charge. I don't want to be such a leading figure. I want to be a follower of my husband. But my capacity is pretty much fucking limited. I can never be that kind of person. But I'm happy because I have other talent. You know, I have. If I ever have a French tutor, I can actually be. I can be an amazing French speaker, francophone. In a one about a half year. Yeah, about a 1.5 year, I'd rather say. 진짜요. I have other talent to pursue. I wouldn't take no for an answer peremptory 아니고. I will never take no for an answer. Do as I told you. That's a peremptory. Very assertive. 지금 1시 10분까지 학교 정말 어디 가야 돼요. 나도 이건 노예가 될 수는 없어. I can never be enslaved to this. Blameless. Hello, sacred. 없어. You know what, Miriam? I'm banging on your door, knocking on your door like a Grim Reaper. You know what? What are you doing? Why are you not responding to me? 막 하도 banging 막 하니까 Grim Reaper. You know what, Miriam? I've been actually knocking on your door like a Grim Reaper. Grim Reaper, you know, there's a Halloween, with a sickle and a dark garment. It's really bone and skull, ghost looking. Tech. Grim Reaper, you know, that I can actually draw a picture. The skeleton, yeah, the bone and skull, wearing a dark frock, you know, black frock, and holding a sickle. Is that sickle or? I think it's a sickle. No. Scythe. Scythe or sickle, yeah. Yeah, the Communism Party is a sickle, and the Grim Reaper is a scythe. You really need to make distinction. Which one? The Communism Party, the DDR, the East German flag is with the sickle, and the Grim Reaper, this ghostly figure, is holding a scythe, right? Sometimes that's a real question. The common trivia question. 뭐야? riot이란다. Unbridled outburst is lush in riot. 진짜? 아주 재밌는 건데. Debauchery is really sometimes you only know the perversion, but you know what's more important is lush, outburst. Sometimes you only think that the debauchery is immoral behavior and moral perversion, right? Because it's really kind of orgy, right? No, what's more important is riot, lush, luxurious, dissipate, unlimited. It's really kind of indulgence, endless indulgence. That's riot. That's a very interesting concept that I learned from here. 그래서 배운 거예요. 그건 나 몰랐어요. 근데 안 까먹어요. 좀 충격이야. 원래 그렇게 센세이션 있으면 진짜 안 까먹지. 이제 바밍을 맞은 거니까. 이제 평생 낼 거지. 진짜 그렇게 생각해 본 적이 없거든. 그게 라이엇이, 러쉬 아주 화려한 게 라이엇이래. 정말 많이 일어나는 outburst of violence and exuberance of violence까지 된대. Something I have never even thought about. Not a faintest idea of mine, not a wildest imagination of mine touched that. 진짜예요. 얘 때문에 도움을 많이 받았어요. Allowance. 스코어야 되지. 탁 뛰어야지. 응? Oh, one exception. 처음 봐요. It's fine. No, I'm actually better than most of people, even at this moment. But I do know there's a different meaning too. 다른 뜻도 있는데. Trounce. Oh, I know what that means. But you know, we have a different meaning to flounce. Just as to move really quickly. Or sachet. Sachet, you know, flaunting. Flaunting도 돼요, flaunting, sachet. Move quickly, or just actually, you know, some pompous gait. Pompous gait than the flounce. But I actually got them many times, doesn't matter. I promise. I'll never make that mistake, but that's so fine. But anyway, I'm really better than majority of people, doesn't matter. 상관없어요. 항상 1000개 풀면 하나 틀리겠다 했죠. Well, that's really minor. 진짜 마이너해 괜찮아. 정말로 마이너해. 근데 정말로 탁 사라지는 것도 되고 자랑하는 것도 되고. Yeah, it's really everlasting. I never hesitated. It's really everlasting. 원래부터 알고 있던 거 되게 많아요. 그래, 그럼 1시간 더 해줄게. 정말 1000개 하나예요. 진짜 내 주장이 절대 안 틀려요. 사람이니까 1000개 하나 정도 뭐 순간적 판단 잘못할 수 있거든. 절대로 남들보다 못하지는 어떤 미국에도 웬만하면 다 이길 수 있어요. 진짜 안 까먹어요. 정말 거의 완벽하게 기억해요. 정말 불가능해요. 나중에 채운 게 아니라 거의 완벽하게. 정말 완벽하게 기억하지. 거의 불가능하다니까. 천 개에 하나라고 맨날 말했어. 1000개에 하나는 0.1%로 말해. 그 정도면 분명히 프로지. 어떤 상황에 항상 그렇게 될 수 있어요. improvised라는 뜻인데. 지금 계획이 전혀 없이 하는 거잖아요. 올해 며칠 쉬었잖아. 그럼 오히려 이성적이 더 정확한 거지. 난 방해만 안 하면 진짜 이 정도 맨날 나올 수 있어요. 어떤 단어 가져와도. 한 번도 안 본 거잖아요. 상관없어요. 여기 안 나와도 다른 수많은 여기 안 나온 단어 내가 아는 것도 더 많이 있어요. It's really obvious, and people would actually eventually sense that how much I understand these randomized words. Because sometimes you know it in your own sense. That doesn't mean you can actually get the right answer. That's really true for many of Americans too. Because I know it in my own words. That doesn't mean I have to be bound by their convention. And I don't forget, I have a picture perfect memory. 그거는 상관없지. 내가 항상 무조건적으로 0.1%만 틀리면 내가 맞다 했어. 사람이니까 하나 잘못 생각할 수는 있잖아, 그지? 미국에 어차피 나보다 많이 틀려요. 정확하지. 그리고 원래 내가 아는 다른 단어 많이 있어. 여기 많은 게 다가 아니라. 누구든 다 그렇지. 딴 사람도. 그건 나도 알지. 근데 나한테만 꼭 그러잖아. Make it be alone is a very common expression. Centripetal is inward moving, moving towards the center. Centrifugal means outward moving. Right? Centripetal. You have to always make the distinction. It's a very common word. It's a very common in the realm of science, right? Centripetal. Centripetal is going inward. Centrifugal is really going outward. Is there is a circle? It's going outward. Right? You have to. No. I just try to remind myself. Every single time, if you have an opportunity, make sure to rekindle this memory. It's a very important word. 이건 진짜 중요한 단어예요. I have a brilliant memory, don't worry. I remember that even actually read it from John Layers about how we decide, once they know this flaky mentioned that I got it. Why would you assume that he didn't really know it? That's a very troublesome assumption again. Yeah, he mentioned hydraulic, as if I would not know it, but I already figured that out. I don't really need to rely on a dictionary. It's written in John Layers' book. Yeah, John Layers of Columbia College graduate. He was later accused of plagiarism, and eventually found guilty, right? He admitted that. I really have a brilliant memory. That's really the great merit of mine. They can never fool me. Because I have my internal archive. Very accurate. He said I would not be known to hydraulic. Excuse me, I was already actually pretty much well informed of it. I'm not pretending. I watched the Mrs. Maisel, and he actually debriefed on it after his return. Trap is a terrary. Is that a flap, a glam, or a trap? Oh, her look looks really terrary. Is that a glam or a trap? Minute detail. flout 그런데. What does a flout mean? But it has nothing to do with the clout, don't worry. It's mhm. The lady's a tramp. That tramp is a prostitute. But slogging here is walking heavily, struggling. 그것도 돼요, slogging. 근데 힘들게 걷는 거. Sure. True. Love interest. Oh, who's your latest beau? Of course, that's a part of Mrs. Maisley. You don't really understand the shit about American culture. I mean, I would be very happy to take a survey quiz to see how much I got that message. It's very important because I'm not faking it. Broken words are much. I mean, fragmentalized ones, compartmentalized. These are much tougher. Don't you not actually think so? This is ashamed. It's not humble. Because this is a battle. 이게 더 낫지. ashamed, humble보다. 물론 humble이 mortified 될 수 있지. 더 나은 걸 찾아야 되니까 참으면 되잖아. 근데 안 참아서 틀리는 것도 진짜 많이 있었어요. I'm not lying. Depending on the circumstance, humble. It's a very humbling experience. I feel humbled. And then there are certain situations. He's a humble being who's been self-conscious. Like this, in a particular case, can actually give you green light to use it in that way. But there is a better one. So you have to wait. If you don't actually have a patience, you're going to be beaten every single time. That's my point. I'm really sorry. Now I see the dessert as a dessert and a very refined sweets you eat after the dinner, after the meal. Nachspeise. I can see it. Don't worry. 그냥 너무 많이 풀다 보니까 사고가 난 거지. 상관없어요. 특히 문장이 있으면 이런 식으로 문장이 나오면 절대로 안 틀리지. 아니 왜냐면은 사실 이렇게 문장 조금만 이 앞에 있어도 절대로 안 그거 되잖아. 근데 단어만 이렇게 있으면 진짜 그때 한 2시간 반 풀었거든. 그랬더니 순간적으로 exotic이란 말이 있으니까 약간 데저트처럼 잘못 봤어요. 근데 데저트는 지금 보이지? 나크슈바이저인 거 보이잖아. 나크슈바이저. Yeah, I got it. Don't worry. But that was the first time I had that wronged. I mean, never in my life I made a mistake with a delicacy. I mean, that's true. Because I was slightly away from the screen. I should have never done that. Anyway, I'm better than most of Americans. It's really true. Everyone can see that. 훨씬 낫잖아요. 진짜 천재적으로 계속 다 먹고 있잖아. 봐봐 얼마나 완벽한지. 진짜 안 까먹어요. 좀 가까이 와서 물어봐. 그렇게 어려운 건 아닌데. 상관없어요. 다른 미국에도 훨씬 빨라요. I'm really better than most of people. 훨씬 더 casual하게 풀지. That was the one time I actually mistook dessert for desert. Once in my lifetime, that's really deep. Because I know so far I've been actually met with the example for delicacy more than 100 times because of the David Wallace Foster collection. Like that was a particular word she really favored when he was alive. But I never made a mistake. That was one time they were making a big deal out of it. You know, no one would be forced to solve this question more than 2.5 hours. Even real Americans can make real mistakes too. I'll pay for them. 내가 시켜보자. 미국 애들 언제 죽나? 나도 먼저 죽는다 진짜. 그럼 네 이제 미국인 아니다 내일부터. Because you're gonna die ahead of me. That's very obvious. Unless they're super, super smart one. Extremely smart, brainy people. Those are really exceptional cases. Otherwise, the rest of the people, they're below than me. I'm not below than anybody. It's very obvious. Won the lottery. So what?